Hello, welcome to my class. Thank you for joining today. What we need today is really a mat. We're going to start seated on the ground and we're going to do some stretching and some warm up from there, okay? So pretty much everything's going to be on the floor and the mat. If you need something for your knees, grab that. If you need a towel or something like a pad underneath your knees, go ahead and grab that now and then play your own music. We're going to go ahead and get started. I put yoga on as a tracker on my watch, so if you want to do that as well. And maybe just some water nearby, okay? So we'll start seated on our mat, legs crossed, shoulders rolled down and back, okay? So go ahead and take 15 seconds to make your way there. Listen for the beeps. Situate my mat, pretty center for you. Seat, on both sit bones, try to even out yourself from side to side. Roll your shoulders down and back. And then let's go ahead and take a nice inhale. Fingertips land right behind your ears, elbows out wide. And then let's go ahead and reach up, release. All right, do that again. I need to move my legs out a little bit more. So if it's uncomfortable for you, if you need to straighten your legs, my hips are tight. That's why we're here. Do that. Okay, so fan up, elbows out, open, open, open. Retract your shoulder blades back, squeezing them together. And then reach up, lift, and take a chest opener towards the back. A challenge for me today. My body's really tight. Oh, that's okay. Everything's going to get looser as we go through this. So open up nice and wide, reach tall, open up your chest. Just a little flow here through behind your head to behind your back. Right, go ahead and rest your hands and your arms on your legs just gently. And we're going to take our head to the right, roll your chin to your chest, and then take it to the left and go in reverse. So we're just doing neck circles here. If you have the flexibility and you know your neck is okay to like do a full circle, the back of the room, you can take a nice little gaze up and come back around. But I wouldn't suggest it if you know you have a tight neck. I would continue just to dip it forward. We don't ever want to hyperextend our head or neck. Only a little bit of an eye gaze up to the ceiling, but otherwise keep it forward. I say neck circles, but it's really like a neck half circle. And then come center, neutral, okay? Again, if you need to let your legs move out further from your body to hold up your base, you can. We're making goalposts. And then we're going to come down. From center up. And then center down. So we're working on rotating through our shoulder socket. Nice and gentle, we're not forcing anything, we're just rolling in our own range of motion here. Trying to keep our elbows in line with our shoulders. How are we doing? You can judge me too. Tell me where they need to be. All right, then we're just going to sit back in a bear sit, okay? So, heels on the floor. You kind of shift from side to side. You can come up a little bit. Lift your legs. Okay, just a little bear sit here. What it's called, a bear sit. Because a bear sits in the woods like this. I don't know. Have you ever seen a bear sitting in the woods? I hope not in real life. Not near you, at least. You do a little lift and a little lower, just kind of loosen up in front of your body. Then we're going to go ahead and drop our legs 90-90, so knees on the ground. You can either sit back with your hands like this, or you can sit up. We're going to switch from side to side. If your hips allow you to balance on your sit bones and do it no hands, that's fine. If you prefer to lean back and just rock your hips like this. What I'd like for you to do is to open up enough space so that your knee can touch the ground so that you're not overlapping your legs like this, okay? I want you to open up a little bit wider and try to drop your knees to the ground, knees to the ground. Does that make sense? We're just moving side to side. It actually feels good on my shoulders and my chest too, in addition to my hips. So if you are leaning back, with your hands on the ground, hopefully that opens up a little bit in your shoulders too. Okay, let's take our Right leg forward, left leg back. You're gonna go 90-90. Your left arm, I did say right leg forward, left leg back. Your left arm's gonna come out. Your other hand's gonna come to your hip, and we're gonna lean forward, hinge, and then come back. Okay, if you need to support yourself on the ground, go ahead. But I actually like to challenge you to hold your balance and lean forward. Keeping your chest, shoulder, wrist in a straight line. As you bow down to the floor and open up your hip. And if you'd like to hold it, hold it. You don't have to come up and down like me. You just hold it a little bit longer and then let's switch sides. We're gonna repeat everything we just did. So if you feel like, oh, I didn't get enough of this, you're gonna get more. All right, so shoulder, wrist, chest to the floor. Oh. All right. I don't know why. I do know why. This is such a deeper stretch than if we have our hands on the floor. It's because gravity, your whole body weight is pushing forward. You don't have your arms supporting you on the ground. So the top part of your body is now coming down and putting a little bit of pressure on your stretch. Gravity. All right, we're gonna come back to the top. So we've got stand up. Hands behind your head or fingertips behind your ears. Open up your elbows, shoulder blades squeeze together, reach up again, and come down behind your back. So we're going behind our head, behind your back, and you're flowing through. Nice deep breaths. This one is a challenge for me. My shoulders are very tight. What else is new? My hips, my shoulders. How about you? Neck circles. All right, so from your shoulder to your chest, and then in reverse. How's your neck? Is it tight too? Sometimes the way that we sleep affects our neck. Mine's nice and grindy. I can hear my bones cracking. But my neck is usually a spot that my chiropractor gets pretty well. My neck and my ribs. Everything's usually out of place. I was able to put my ribs back into place today. I know it sounds really strange, but I have a special way. If I lay down on my back, I can get them back into place. All right, at least I think they are. I hear a lot of crack-a-lacking. Like crack, Snapple, pop, Rice Krispie treats. We're just rolling through our shoulder joint here, right in the socket. Try to keep your elbows up and 90 degrees on your arms. Elbows just at shoulder height. We're sitting tall through our spine, so if you find that you're kind of hunched over, pull your shoulder blades back. Sit up nice and tall. All right, we're going to be a bear sitting in the woods here in a second. Okay, so lean back, shift yourself around a little bit. Maybe you want to lift and lower, you want to lift up. Okay, just kind of sit and move through, find some tight spots, loosening up. I know you can do that. I know you can figure out where in the world do you need to stretch out. It's your ankles. It's my shoulders, so I'm going to shift side to side. This little reverse tabletop always feels good too, a little lift off. And then we're going to head into our 90-90 with our knees. So knees touch the ground, switch, switch. And if you'd like to, if you prefer, hands on the ground, lean back. And just remember to give yourself enough space. Try to get your inner thigh or your knee to the ground. If you're able to. If you're not able to, you're just reaching as far as you can. So if you stop here, you're just reaching as far as you can. Maybe you want to go a little wider. We'll go 10 more seconds here. And then we're coming back to our 90-90 hip hinge. So that's that one armed hinge. I'm going to do it from this direction. Shoulders trying to stack over your hips. Your right leg is forward, your left arm is out, your left leg is back. And we're going to fold forward. You can hold it or come back up, okay? So that's completely up to you. Fingers, fist, whatever works for you. If you absolutely need to, put your hand down on the ground. Otherwise, try to take your shoulder and your chest towards your knee and your calf. Parallel to the floor. You might look prettier than I am right now doing this. It could be, it's very, very, very possible. Oh. Or I'll just try our best here with our flexibility. Okay, switch sides. I'll come face you now. So you saw that you're trying to get parallel to the ground. And it's funny because this side I could probably hold it down longer. The other side I just don't have, you know, the strength or the flexibility to hold it. I want to just come right back out of it. It hurts. And if you feel as lovely as you can feel, then good for you. I'm happy for you. Good for you. All right, coming on to all fours. So if you need something for your knees, now's the time to put something underneath them. We've got cat-cow. And again, everything that we do now in this second section of work, we'll repeat, okay? So, and also remember, if there's a section of today that you like, it's about 10 minutes long, you can repeat it, okay? Go ahead and cat-cow, tuck your chin, round out your spine, tuck your tailbone. Push the ground away from you, and then release, chin up, tailbone up. Belly button drops, and we're just gonna flow right here. As you come into your rounded out spine to the top, right here, push the ground away from you. Hollow out your armpits. Nice big stretch. Then release. Round out. And release. Okay, we are going to stay on our knees. So again, if you need something underneath them, put something underneath them. Okay, right arm is going to reach up into the air. Okay, so we're going to twist open. It's going to stay your right arm. If you want to sit back on your heels and twist open, that probably would be a good idea to support yourself. You can try it both ways. If you want to try all fours and twist open, or if you want to sit back on your heels and twist open. Right arm only right now. If you'd like to just hold it, hold it. Track your shoulder back, reach to the ceiling, look to the ceiling, open up, open up. Other hand is pushing into the ground. And then come back to center, let's try the other side. So if you want to try all fours, twist open just to kind of get yourself in the movement. And then you can sit back on your heels. Reach, 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 reach. This is so good. This should be a good morning stretch every day. Oh, by the way, the name of this, the theme of this today is Morning Glory. It's you in the morning in all your glory, stretching, lengthening, and making your day glorious by starting your morning with glory. All right, now we're going to thread the needle. So you can stay seated back on your heels and walk a hand out. We're going to, let's take our left arm and thread it through our right armpit. So we can thread through, come up and reach your arm through, and then pull your bottom back. You want to make a little bit more, get a little deeper into it. So it's basically a child's pose with your shoulder dropped down to the floor and your fingertips reaching to the back sidewall. You've done it before. Adjust yourself into a position. And we are going to hold this one, unless you're going to keep reaching and reaching, then keep reaching and reaching. Let's switch into the other side. So you can kind of come up, thread your arm through, Bottom, come back to your heels, drop your shoulder, drop your cheek, top arm walks its way forward. Ooh. Just breathe. Just breathe and hold and reach with your fingertips. Reach your bottom towards your heels. Take a few deep breaths. Are you with me? Are you with me? Are you with me? 2 more seconds. All right, we're gonna come into a child's pose. We're gonna roll through our spine, which means as we lift up, you're gonna round your spine like we do in cat-cow. So lift up, tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin, round forward, come down, do a cobra, okay? We're gonna do a full spinal roll, and then we're gonna round out our spine and come back. You have an option here to just round out your spine, come to all fours, round back, and not do the full cobra. But if you'd like to add a little bit more, rounding out your spine, releasing, baby cobra, and then coming back. 45 seconds. All right, child's pose. Child's pose. I don't think that was 45 seconds, but whatever, we'll take it. Walk your hands to the right. Your other right. Walk your hands to the right. And then walk your hands to the left. I'm opposite of you guys, so I'm always constantly thinking, what's my right, what's my left? Because you're going to do the opposite of what I am. So when you go right, I go left. Does that make sense? I mirrored you. All right, we're going to come to a down dog position, so hands can come forward. Curl your toes under. We're going to tap our toe or our shin. I'm reaching for my shin right now. Tailbone stays lifted. We're in a down dog. We're just shifting onto 3 points. So one hand comes up, reaches towards your toes. I got my toe that time. Or your shin. So start with your shin, and then once you're used to this, you can start reaching for your toe. Eye gaze is up. I know you want to look at your toes and your knees, but I need you to keep your chin up just a little bit so the blood doesn't pool to your head. And we're alternating, reaching from toe to toe. From toe to toe. Okay? We're going to go through all of this again. So coming back to all fours. We've got our cat-cow, okay? So we round out, tilt our chin, tilt our tailbone, and release. So if there was something that you really liked, you're going to get to do it again. We'll do one more section after this. It'll be lovely. There'll be pigeons and side bends when we're done repeating this section here. I like this. This opens up the hips, the shoulders, the spine, lots of things. Our core, it opens up our core, which we need to do. Okay, so think back on your heels. Left hand on the ground, right hand reaches. You can either hold here or you can flow. Open and shut, open and shut. I'm going to do a hold. If you think about, usually we're in a twisted low lunge when we do this. We're on our knees, reaching open. I feel this in my obliques, all the way through here, my back part, my lower back, I should say, where it attaches to my hips. That's what I'm trying to say. Sometimes I hope that you just mute me while I babble in quiet. I can't handle quiet. Have you guys figured that out yet? There should be music playing. There should be music playing. Play music at your house. Okay, switch it to the other side. Flow through it. If you'd like, maybe just the first couple, you need to do a little flow, and then you get to your hold, that sweet spot. And flow on this side. Other side, I can hold this one. I'm so opposite today. I think it's a little bit harder to hold. Oh. Some people people think burpees are challenging. I think this is challenging. I taught PE yesterday afternoon, and the kids were like, they know what burpees are, so they shouldn't ask me. All right, we're gonna go ahead and thread the needle. So go ahead and take your right arm out, left arm comes underneath. But they were complaining, like, ugh, burpees. And I'm like, burpees are really easy, you guys. So I showed them. And then there were other things too that I had them do. And they were like, oh, these are so hard. And I'm like thinking, we do these in classes. So I was like, either kids are complaining or we're stronger than a lot of them. It made me feel good that even though we are maybe older, we still can do a lot of things. And we don't complain about it too much. All right, let's go ahead and switch to the other side. Thread the needle. So we're going to do a thread the needle hold. Next week I might move us through alternating sides, but today we're just going to do a hold. And I'm actually going to, we're going to shorten up this little spinal thing and we'll head into a child's pose then, okay? Just to keep on track. I realize the beeps are off with the beeps because we're supposed to do thread the needle right and left, switching sides, and I'm not switching. We're going to hold for a full 45 because it feels good. All right, we're coming back to our spinal roll. So sit back in a child's pose. We're going to take out the cobra part. We're just going to round out our spine, come forward, round back, round out our spine, forward, roll back into your child's pose, and then walk your hands to the right. Oh, just hold it. Walk your hands to the left. And just hold it. We've got an angled child's pose here. Your top arm is reaching, reaching, reaching. We'll do our down dog toe taps. Then we're going to head into more child's poses, okay? So, down dog. If you hear the beep, just ignore it. Keep going. Eye gaze up. Tap your toe. Opposite hand, opposite foot. I'm pretty sure I forgot to say it the first time, so I'm saying it now. Opposite hand, opposite foot. So, right hand, left foot, left hand, right foot. Twister time, okay? If you cannot reach your toe, you're reaching your shin. You're tapping your thigh, okay? We're keeping our eye gaze up, fingertips forward, feet hip width, hands shoulder width. Do one more and then come down into a child's pose. You can go knees wide, toes together, and sink back. You're going to be here for a whole minute. Enjoy. Breathe. Work on your positioning. So hands and fingertips are pulling towards me and your bottom is pulling towards your heels. Like if you're open wide with a V in your knees, let your hips drop down. Lose any tension that you have. Your forehead can come to the ground. If it's more comfortable for you, you can always place one hand on top of the other and then put your forehead on your hands. Otherwise, reach your fingertips as far as you can. Lengthen through your core. Lengthen through your arms. We're going to do some beautiful hip openers next. Everybody but one person's favorite stretch, we're coming into pigeon. So let's come up to all fours and go ahead and take your right leg through to pigeon and your left leg back. We're going to settle here. If you want to come up and down, you can come up and down. Otherwise, we're here for a really long minute and a half, okay? So yes, that sounds really long. It is, but it's going to be really good for us to just hold this position, open up our hips, breathe, settle. Lengthen your back leg. The top of your foot is on the floor. Your toe is pointing towards the back wall. Your leg here is out from underneath you. If you need to manipulate your foot and bring it out a little bit more, do that. And then if this is an uncomfortable position, you can always bend your back leg and do a 90-90 forward fold, okay? We're halfway there. So if you want to adjust and breathe, come up and then fold back down. See if you can come a little bit deeper into your stretch. I know some of you are like, yes, minute and a half of just sitting in this position. Force me to do it because it feels good. Some of you are thinking that. It's great. Open up your hips, okay? Take your deep breaths. We're going to even out, so we're going to do the other side next. 10 seconds here if you want to start transitioning, getting ready for the other side. Oh, okay, so all fours, bring your other leg in, extend the opposite. Pigeon, other side, melt into the ground. Adjust yourself as needed. This side feels better. And that's okay, one side can feel better than the other. So tomorrow I need to make an adjustment with timing. I think this would really affect Sean the most. So Sean, if you're on tomorrow, I have to do class a little bit earlier, so feel free to do it at your regular time. You'll be catching the replay of it or the tail end of what we were just finishing up. We have Warrior Rhythm tomorrow. I'm going to do it a quick one, quickie. And I have to take my daughter, she's a cyst on her wrist, a ganglion cyst on her wrist. So she needs to get that checked out. Can't do gymnastics till it's gone, which is a problem because she has a meet next month. So I got her in. It was one of those like, we have Wednesday, and I was like, I will take Wednesday. It's a priority in our lives, so I have to do that tomorrow morning. So I thought I'll just scooch class up a little bit and take her to the doctor. So I appreciate your flexibility and understanding with the time change tomorrow. Class will be at 8:15. It will be Warrior Rhythm. You may catch the replay. All right, we're gonna go moving pigeon. So you're just gonna go pigeon on one side, pigeon on the other. You can take your hands to the floor, step back into plank or down dog, whichever one you prefer. Pull your leg through, settle in pigeon, maybe hold for about 5 seconds, and then do the same thing again, switch legs. So we're just moving from side to side through our hips, okay? Opening up a hip, sinking back, coming through to pigeon the other direction. So a little mobility here with our hips. We've static stretched them. Now let's move through them. Let the joints do a little bit of work. Speaking of joints. So a ganglion cyst, in case you don't know, is synovial joint fluid that kind of leaks into like she's like a little balloon, basically, on her wrist. So at 11 years old, she's a little bit nervous about it because if they can't drain it with aspiration, then they have to do surgery. So she's freaking out about surgery, and then that causes me anxiety for her. Hopefully it'll all be fine. I don't know if any of you guys have ever had it. I guess my dad had one, and he got it removed, and it's been fine, but he's also much older than an 11-year-old girl, so. We don't know why at this age she's getting it, other than she's a gymnast and she's really hard on her body. All right, let's go ahead and sit down on our sit bones. Cross your ankles. We're going to take our right arm, reach it up and over, and hold. So I'm anchoring myself on my legs. I'm holding myself here. If you want to put a hand down to the side and reach over, you can do that too. We're going up and over. So this is half lotus. Doesn't that sound pretty? We're going to do the other side here in about 10 seconds, and then you are done for today. We actually are not repeating this part of the mind class. Just a one and done, because we held these poses really long. You're feeling really good now. So switch sides. Ah, give me the oohs. Ooh, give me the ah. Ooh. You can go back to this class anytime you want. Put on music really loud and mute me. You don't want to listen to all this again. If I were you at home, I would have on some beautiful either yoga music or classical music and just be breathing right now. Finding some harmony in the stretches and in the music. I actually do that with my trainers. I kind of mute them out and just put on music a lot of times and just go through the motions and follow them. Go ahead and release, inhale. I am a visual learner. I don't need the auditory as much, so as long as I can see it and I can do it and I can feel it, then I go for it. So it's always good to know what kind of a learner you are. I do auditory, visual, and the kinesthetic with you, so you get a little bit of everything all rolled into one. Have an awesome day. Oh, this feels so good. Let's take another deep breath together. Hands to your heart center. Ooh. Share the love today with everybody around you. I'm going to put my Christmas lights today because it's a little bit warm. What are you guys going to do today? I'd love to know. Go ahead and text me and let me know what you're going to be doing today. Sean's always really great about that. She shares a lot about what she's doing in her day, and I love hearing because she's in California, you guys, and it's not cold and rainy all the time there. So I get a little vicarious living through her. All right, you guys, tomorrow, 8:15, Warrior Rhythm, a mini. So it'll be about 40 minutes, I think. I'm going to add up the minutes of the songs, and then I'll be able to have a better idea of how long it will be. It's been forever since we've done it, so we need a mat, a dumbbell or a kettlebell. We need 2 dumbbells for sure. So I think I grabbed 10s or 8s for this one. And then, oh, I'm totally remembering it now. I don't know if you remember, but we do like the one arm press in a sumo, and then we do like the sumo pulses and or heels up, and oh goodness, that's the lift part. But it starts off like yoga. We go into lift, we do a hit, we do a yoga, we do another hit, and then we do core and we're out. So it'll be fun. Let's go back and redo it. It's been a really, really long time. Okay, I'm done babbling. Have a good day. Bye, guys.